Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
Well, look at that. I suddenly have control over the character for the first time since starting the game. Boys, that's a lot of prologue to take in. Ever since Final Fantasy II, they've decided that they could just drag the intro to these games out. You're like, I thought you were playing Final Fantasy II. Oh man, the playthrough just started and there's already Baka Gaijin in the comments, boys. This is Final Fantasy IV. Anyway, so to get you up to speed, it seems our boy Cecil here, Cecil Harvey, I think is his last name, the Dark Knight of Baron, was captain of the Red Wings, the airship fleet. And because he kind of felt bad, like a slight bit of remorse that they sent him out to the village of Mysidia, which you might remember was the name of a town in Final Fantasy II, and slaughtered all the mages that lived there who were helpless to fight back, and took their water crystal and brought it back here. They've decided immediately to terminate us, son. No job security in this place. And apparently we have to go out tomorrow morning. First thing, wake up the crack of dawn and take this ring to the Mist Village, son. So it's a good thing we have our good best friend Kain going with us, son. Buddy. It's like, I'm sorry. It's just the darkness in my heart consumes me. I didn't mean to bring you down with me, Kain. And Kain's like, that's not, you're all right, Cecil. You're fine. I mean, you became a Dark Knight and I became a cool Dragoon, but that doesn't mean I'm better than you. All right. So yeah, it seems like things aren't going too good here in Baron. Things are getting a bit warmongery, son. Classic JRPG starting. Yeah, me and Kain going on a road trip tomorrow, boys. Can I go in there and talk to the king? I'd like to think if maybe he didn't have that asshole Bygone. Bygone? Was his name? The guard captain shit-talking me? No, of course not. Whatever. Idiots. The angst of being fired from my job has just made my dark blade stronger. Okay. Faith in the king. Speaking of the dark blade, look at this guy. He's like a edgelord, this guy. It's easy to shop for a Dark Knight, son. You just go into Hot Topic and throw your credit card, and whatever it lands on, you buy it. Son, you know how much Invader Zim merchandise this man has? King seems awful. Don't whisper that too loud, son. He'll be down there cleaning toilets. Oh, we can run, by the way. We're not playing the American localization of this game, which was known as Final Fantasy II. That's a joke I made earlier in case you didn't catch on. In case you are truly a Baka Gaijin. We're playing a fan translation of the Japanese Final Fantasy IV, the Namingway edition. So I'll put a link to it in the description. What are you crowd studying? He tried to cast sleep on me. I can never sleep. The darkness in my heart keeps me awake at night. And also all the embarrassing things I said in high school that I regret. All right. Yeah, I know how magic works. I've played a Final Fantasy game. Idiot. All right. Oh, don't forget we can run. Well, then I guess the white mages are over here, son. They don't want anyone to accidentally. Rosa became a white wizard to help you. I know, she's super cool. I'm going to tell Kain all about her later. All right, yeah, Kuraja. We know about all these things. We know how Final Fantasy games work, boys. Exploring the castle. What's this secret treasures for me? Well, at least this guy's still cool. Look, you can press buttons and open doors. They introduced that in Final Fantasy III, and they're just keeping it going, son. They're proud of it. $480. That's a good thing, because I was flat broke, son. The king fired me, didn't even give me pocket money to go on a quest. Well, that was either an either or either. It ain't. And a tent. We're finding like some of the highest, best healing items in the game right to start with, son. First boss I fight, I'm going to throw that tent at him. I hope that the poison blind snake bites him on the cheek of the ass, son. All right, what are you guarding? None may enter, not even the king. It's just a room full of stuff no one's allowed to have. Well, look at y'all in your fancy coveralls, or are they lederhosen? Please don't tell Chief. Have you seen Sid? Which one? I know several Sids. I've played Final Fantasy. Fine, I don't want to go in your sour grapes ass tower anyway, man. This place is so unpleasant. No wonder Cecil became a Dark Knight. He was surrounded by a bunch of assholes. And Kain. our good friend. The only one we can count on. Okay. What say y'all? All's well? If he doesn't say that ends well. I mean, I appreciate you also detect the evil in the castle. It could also be infrasound. I think that's a thing that a lot of people associate with hauntings. And I can't go outside either. They're like, the king says it's past your bedtime. The king and Morgana from Persona 5 both telling me I can't go outside at night. I gotta go to bed. Whatever. I'm gonna stay up late playing my Game Boy. No one can stop me. Son, this is Rosa the White Mage, son. She's like my hot girlfriend. She goes to a different school, a white magic school. In Fantasy Canada, you wouldn't know her. Okay. We gotta keep exploring the castle. Part of Final Fantasy game. When you get in a castle in a classic Final Fantasy, you got to explore. Mages who resisted. Well, I could have sworn I killed all of those. Hey, fellas. Blast you all. Dude, I got yelled at by the king. Just because, like, your friends and family in the city were slaughtered doesn't mean I didn't suffer too, son. See, at least they get to be dead and free from the pain. I have to live with the pain of disappointing my surrogate father figure. My dark blade grows powerful. Cid. Well, we've already met Cid. If it's not Final Fantasy 1, then it's got to have a Cid. I like that they show us how he moved about the castle. Of course, he has something to do with the airships because he's Cid. Son, he's not gonna help the king. He's not gonna do any kind of maintenance or nothing. Now that we've been fired. Son, in order to talk to this guy, we got to walk through 2 beds. You were wounded. How embarrassing. They were a bunch of shitty mages that just wept openly as we slaughtered them. So these are the Red Wings. These are the guys we were the captains of. They were the ones on the boat at the beginning. The sky boat, I believe they call it. Cid just comes running in the room. He's like, don't you dare call my airship a sky boat. Well, y'all feel bad too? How come none of y'all got fired? Boys, I'm telling you, son. Oh, and then this is just an area, I guess, for Cid to stand at when he's waiting for us to get back so that he can yell at us about scratching his airship, son, putting too many miles on it. The Kelly Blue Book value of that airship plummeting. First floor. Second floor. Look at this wooden urns. Wooden urns. What say you? You've changed the linens. Oh, this is like my personal chambermaid, I guess. That's good because I'm going to lay on top of them in my armor. Look, I like how I got this little table to drink my worries away at, apparently. And I assume I can shit and piss in this pot. And I have a clock and some cool swords and a torch. Look at this world building. It's 16 bits. I ain't even referenced the fact that we're playing the first 16-bit Final Fantasy, son. No more NES nonsense. We got Mode 7. Thought you all would appreciate that little moment between Cecil and his hot white mage girlfriend without me interrupting it. Boys, it's time for a road trip, son. Me and Kain are hyped. We're going to go to Bojangles. Son, we're going to get this shit done. All right, here we are on the overworld map. We have to cross the overworld map. Luckily, we're not alone, son. We got our boy Kain with us. Kain the Dragoon. If you don't know what a Dragoon is, hello, welcome to the Tenfey channel. This is apparently your first Tenfey video. I appreciate you checking it out. But basically, they're armored knights that specialize in spears and have the unique ability to jump high up in the air and then plunge down on their foes, or if they're super cool dragoons, throw their spears down and then collect them afterwards, son. And like all the coolest Final Fantasy characters, our good friend Kain Highwind, the dragoon here, is left-handed. Son, there you go. Just, you got to keep that in mind, because if you go to equip him and just throw the spear in his right hand, he won't even know what the hell's happening. Instead of jumping, he'll start burying underground. So there we go. We got quite a party here. I guess we ought to save our game. Boom. All right. Well, we don't have much money in our name other than what I found in a box. So I guess we could fight a few battles before we go out on our trip, son. Get our fighting legs. You'll notice we're already level 10. I guess that makes sense since, you know, we're starting you as battle-hardened members of the Baron army. I like how I brought the longest non-encounter streak. Boys, you know you're in for a good Final Fantasy game when the very first command you can select in battle is jump, son. Van Halen loves it. Don't worry, Kain, I'll just be down here looking at these birds, these hell divers, while you're up kissing the sky. Look at this elaborate background, son. That's 16-bit technology. Sorry, I wanted the first victory fanfare of the playthrough to be unmolested by my voice. Let's go in here and crank that battle speed, boys. You got active and wait mode. We're going to stick on to wait. And then for window color, you can actually customize it. This is the first one, I believe, that lets you customize the window. All you can do is change the RGB values, and we'll probably just leave it at this default blue. But I just wanted you to know that it was an option. I haven't even pointed out the weird way our team is formatted. Let's get into another battle. The answer lies in the heart of battle, and we could talk more about that. Fighting in the woods. Oh no, eyeballs in the woods. Tell you what, Kain, why don't you jump? But I'll take them down with my darkness wave. Ugh. So one of the neat things about being a Dark Knight is that you can hurt yourself to fire a darkness wave that hits all of the enemies. If you were playing the Bakugaijin Final Fantasy II version of this game, you couldn't do that because they dummied that out. I guess they figured the stupid fucking American kids wouldn't know what the hell was happening. Boom! But it's real nice here at the beginning of the game. A lot of the low-level enemies just get obliterated by it, and as long as you keep an eye on old Cecil's HP. As for the party formation, so this is the first game where you can have 5 party members at the same time. And the way they handled the rows is real interesting. Let's see, how do you do it? It's change, yeah. So, let's get in another battle. I need to explain how Final Fantasy IV works. So somehow you kids have never seen it. You're like, Uncle Tenfey, I haven't. So, here, let's get in the menu so time stops advancing. Or if we bring up parry, maybe it'll not dodge, but parry. Or we could just stand here and get beat on. So, maybe I don't need to be in a battle to explain it. So this is a good start to play through. Basically, you can either have 2 front row fighters and 3 back row fighters, or 3 front row fighters and 2 back row fighters. If we had more party members, I could explain it more. But basically, if we put them like this, see, now they're both in the back row, but now they're in the front row, and if we had any other party members, they would be in the back row, and it affects your accuracy and damage and like long range and all that stuff, especially for your casters. So, and now if we save our game, we're lined up different. It's kind of confusing because it considers that middle spot like the first character slot, because that's where Cecil is basically supposed to be the whole game. Oh look, and on the overworld map, if we use L and R, or just the R button, I guess. I think this is just an effect of the mod we're using, the Namingway mod, where we can put whoever we want on the overworld, son. And why not dragoon it up? Drag on dragoon, as they say. So yeah, there you go. That's Final Fantasy IV. I've explained everything about it and its systems. You're 100% up to speed. It's good to know. It's good to know. I want to get in one more fight and then we'll go into town. Oh no. How will we ever defeat them, Kain? If only the darkness in my heart could form a hate wave. Ooh. And always leave one for Kain, son. Don't want him to feel left out. All right, well, let's put our party back the way it's supposed to be. The way Sakaguchi intended. I can't do it. Sakaguchi, I can't do it. The thing is, the finger keeps jumping around in ways I'm not expecting. So it's really not my fault when you think about it. All right, we should probably get like some potions and such. We got 585 gills in our pocketses. So that's good. What say you? Mist, I know where the Mist Cave is, jackass. Meddling in affairs of Mist. Well, the weapon shop is locked up, so we can't go in there. Old Beardman. Look at the dark sword. Are you talking shit about the dark sword? Say that to my face and not online. He's like, I'm speaking to your face right now. Well, you got lucky. You got lucky, Kain's here. So yeah, there's a bunch of locked doors here. Maybe we'll deal with those later. I don't know. I don't know. This is Sid's house, I believe. Yeah, he's over there in a coma. What's his daughter got to say? Another all-nighter. Apparently Sid don't sleep. Arguing people when they badmouth the king. What if I shit talk the king? You gonna yell at me, Sid? What say you? New engine's done. So he doesn't have an old wife in this one like he did in Final Fantasy III. Remember Sid in Final Fantasy III? Good times. Birds of the World. History of shipbuilding. Look at all this rich lore. I want to examine this pile of wood. Move. Oh no, I got burned on the fire. She was trying to protect me. She was trying to protect. Buoyancy and its principles. I like to think each of these shelves, well, this one isn't even examinable. Each of these shelves just has that many copies of whatever book it's describing. It's like when Rob, the robot, turned all of James Rolfe's games into Gyromite and Stack Up. All right. Keep anything good in your well? Yeah, I didn't think so. Whatever. It's not like he's going to be plot relevant or anything. We might bump into Sid every now and then, I guess. The Devil's Road. That sounds fucking awesome. Oh, it's closed. Why are you scared of Opmicidia? I could walk in there and just any direction I wave my arms, the Mysidians will just collapse. My God, we're being pulled into the Hellsphere. Oh, the Mysidians sealed it. What a bunch of sore losers. Whatever, idiots. I don't even want to come slaughter you. Actually, he doesn't. So this is where we can learn about how the game works and what buttons do and what a controller is in a video game. The fat choke. Oh God, have we got to deal with the fat chocobo? They ain't figured out how inventories work yet, Sakaguchi. My God, get Nasir to program this, or don't. He made Final Fantasy 1 and half fucking spells in that game don't work. There, hope you all read this. This hip cat fellow is Namingway, and his sole purpose is he lets you change your name if you want to. We'll probably stay canon names just for you kids at home so you don't get too confused. We won't change Cecil's name to D's and Kain's name to Nuts, even though I know some of y'all would appreciate that. There was a potion in this pot and it's mine now. What say you, little feller? A dark night, scary but cool. What about a dragoon? He doesn't know what that is. He's like, did you spell dragon wrong? Kain gets so mad when you misspell dragoon. The western building leads to the waterway. That's neat, I guess. Oh, look, I found secrets in the trees. You didn't think I knew about this, did you? So like a lot of all of these old Final Fantasy games, there are items just laying around in the grass. 2 Phoenix Downs, hot damn. There you go, Kain. We can each die once. I call dibs. I'm down with the devil as a dark knight, so I don't mind dying. We could just hang out for a bit and then you bring me back. What's this lady get up to all by herself, son? I don't want to interact with her with that kid walking around because I know what she gets up to, son, and it's going to ruin the kayfabe. I guess I could talk to the people in this house while I'm running around town looting. I mean, securing provisions. Joanna, I hear the king's been ordered you men to do terrible things. Don't drag Rosa into it. Well, I'm going to take your maiden's kiss, so if I get turned into a frog, no one can hear me. Oh no, she's blocked me in here. The game's great. You had an ether on your shelf too? Boys, the best shit in people's houses. It's good to be the Dark Knight and the Dragon. All right, lady, what you got to say? Hello, sir. I've said nothing bad about the king. Watch me dance. I see. She like exploded out of her clothes and did a dance. That's okay. I already have a hot white mage girlfriend, so I don't need this. I don't need your petty dancing. Maybe Kain will like to talk to you, since he doesn't have a hot white mage girlfriend. Hey Kain, did I ever tell you about my hot white mage girlfriend? Yes, Cecil, I believe I'm familiar with Rosa. Oh man, she's so cool. I'm so lucky. Did I tell you about the time we made out for 2 hours in a shed? Yeah, Cecil, that's real nice. Glad to hear it. All right, let's go in the item shop. What say you, item shop lass? Don't forget to buy potions and antidotes. Wow, thanks. Don't forget to turn the video game on and press buttons on the controller. Is that your next hot pro tip? You gonna tell me how to take down the cyber demon next? All right, so you can't just buy quantities of items steel. They haven't figured that out yet, but you can buy 1 or 10s of them. So we're probably going to want like 10 potions. You don't really get a discount either for buying them in large amounts. Probably a couple antidotes. I don't think we're going to get petrified or blinded anytime soon. We're not going to get lit up like a douche. So a couple more potions, keep us going. I want enough money to stay at the inn since they won't let me back in the castle. Oh, I don't know if I've pointed that out yet. Wait, let's redo that. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm gonna go sleep in my bed that I own. Nope. Even though it's we live like 50 feet in that direction, we've got to go pay to stay at the Ramada Inn. Are you a bad guy? I'm like a dark knight. I'm like a dark horse hero. Are you familiar with like Batman or Rorschach or Shadow the Hedgehog? I taught them everything they know. Paying on attacks. Apparently everybody's really intimidated by the Dark Knight. I come into town and start grabbing supplies out of people's like sock drawers and shit, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. Could I get into this room full of treasures for me, obviously? Thanks for holding on to them for me. Dwarf bread. Hot damn. Now we got to make sure to sort our items, because you can see for some reason when you buy them, it doesn't sort them. The programmer, Sakaguchi, who I assume hand programmed this game, hadn't figured that out yet. If we go all the way down here and hit sort, I mean, it's not Final Fantasy II, so I'm not going to complain too much, but we do have a limited inventory, and I do hate it. But that's okay. That's part of the charm of Final Fantasy IV, baby. All right, and let me make sure you don't have any more items that belong to me. Hiding a potion, just like that one gold coin they tried to hide from the Sheriff of Nottingham in that guy's cast. He knew. Okay, I think our inventory is somewhat sorted. Let's put you up here, like this, and maybe like you put here, and then do this. There's gonna be a lot of the playthrough, just like Final Fantasy 2 and 3. Zoom out to see the world map. Well, that's neat, I guess. Stuns all enemies. It's a good thing. There are spellcasting items in this game. Maybe I can actually use them this time. Let's see if we can get to the end of the game without me hoarding every spellcasting item. Son, everybody laugh. Shirley from Community. Son, can't stop laughing. I faced through that girl. Boys, we're going to have the best slumber party sleepover, me and Kain. Staying up all night. I could tell him more stories about my hot white mage girlfriend, Rosa. Kain, did I ever tell you about the time I slapped Rosa on the ass and she giggled? Yes, I was there, Cecil. It was at my birthday party. Good times, man, good times. I'm glad we're friends. Okay. Let's get on with this adventure now. Speedrunners would already be 2/3 of the way through the game. What's this conspicuous forest over here, by the way? Let's walk into the center of it. Thought you might enjoy some chocobo music. Gishel green! Oh boy, they're not carrots anymore. I was so worried that the translation that we're playing was going to refer to them as carrots, but we can finally call them what they are. Alright, so if we talk to any of these yellow chocobos, we'll get a chocobo to ride around, and then when we get off his back, he'll run away. But if you talk to the white chocobo, it restores your MP for free. It's a good thing. And if we were to use a Gishel green right here, we might encounter a certain portly chocobo, but we ain't got to worry about him right this second, son. I think we're doing all right. I think we're doing all right. Well, we got a long ways to get to the marsh cave, that to get to the mist cave. So let's grab one of them birds. Well, look at that. Figure y'all enjoy the chocobo music for the first time. Now, I'm running across these bridges for fun, but the chocobo can actually just walk through shallow water, son. We didn't even have to do any chocobo breeding. We're going to get quadra magic. Mimic materia. We need a mountain chocobo to get the mimic materia, so I apologize for that. I like how they put all this little area here in the opening, even though all we need to do is walk up here and go to that cave. Like, all of this is superfluous. But I love shit like this in video games and old JRPGs, son. You gotta have a bunch of superfluous nonsense on your map. Speaking of which, let's eat some dwarf bread and see what the map looks like. Ooh. Oh, you can't eat that on a chocobo, son. You get crumbs on him. You don't want to get ants in your chocobo. Choco ants, they call them. Well, here, let's get off your back. Whoosh. Your home was right behind us and you chose to run across the mountains. He's gonna go get the mine materia, son. He'll have knights it around before we get to the end of the game. Dwarf bread. Whoosh. I like how it literally just mode 7 zooms out. When would you ever use this? I guess if you were playing a game for the first time back in the 90s and there were no internets or player's guides or game facts. So, yeah. There you go. I mainly did that to get the damn shit out of our inventory. All right, now we're going to advance the story. Oh boy. Oh boy, going on an adventure with my best friend Kain. My best friend Kain. My best friend Kain, son. If you can't trust somebody named Kain, who can you trust? All right, time for the Mist Cave. Well, the place lives up to its name. I can tell you that much right now. All right, there's a couple, 2, 3 treasures in here I'd like to think. Goblins? Oh no, Kain, how will we defeat the goblins? Let's take turns shitting our pants. Somehow we won. Cecil leveled up. Oh boy. Oh boy. I like the big red treasure chests of this game. Go back. Who's there? Kain, you don't think there's any ghosts, do you? As a Dark Knight, I'm scared of ghosts, because I know how much hate a ghost can have. Look at this fucking nonsense. The darkness wave. Ooh. Oh no, they can't be defeated in one darkness wave. We've truly reached the dark times, baby. We might have to actually melee. Well, not with Kain, obviously. Don't be ridiculous, son. He knows the basics of Dragoon, son. ABJ, always be jumping. Eye drops. They keep expecting us to get itchy eyes. Hey guys, let's see what the darkness has in store for you. Ooh. Miss me with that shit, son. And just enough for Kain to finish the fight. Boys, Master Chief wishes he could be a Dragon. Those orbital drop shock troopers or whatever probably could be if they just held a spear while they're dropped from orbit. Here we go. This is a classic. Ooh. It's on the Dark Wave. I just want to know how powerful it's going to be at the end of the game when we're like a level 99 Dark Knight fighting the final boss. I guess I could stop and drink a potion. The darkness in my heart thirsts. For blood? No, for liquids. Healing liquids. Just put an IV, a potion in Cecil's arm and he could just be fine. Look at this shit, boys! The dark wave will eat good tonight. Oh yeah. See, this is... Why would you want to play the Bakugai Jin version where you don't get the dark wave? They just stole that from kids. I can't believe people still have nostalgia for this game from their youth playing the US version when you don't even get the darkness wave. It's heartbreaking is what it is. Maybe we'll fight one more battle before we go across this bridge. Perfect timing. Ooh. Kain didn't even get a chance to jump, boys. Talk about disappointing. Luckily, he's very good-natured. You're probably wondering out loud why we haven't done a certain thing we're supposed to do whenever I finally get a Dragoon in my party in these Final Fantasy games, son. A little tradition we started with Ricard and FF2. Well, what's the damn rush? It's the beginning of the game, son. And Kain's our good friend, son. This is like a bros road trip. Ain't no rush. We'll have the whole fucking playthrough to fill in our Dragoon scorecard. Oh no. Attack while the mist dragon's tail is raised. It's going to counterattack with a beam. Son Barrett Wallace learned it from watching us. I was not talking because people seem to really like the boss music from this game, and I'm amongst those people, so I figured you'd enjoy it. They're trying to teach us battle gimmicks, by the way. So we're... Okay, good. We didn't get hit with a second mist wave. Go ahead, turn back into a dragon. The darkness in my heart can wait. Now, against a single boss foe like this, it's actually better to just melee with Cecil, but I'm not having none of it. You know, Kain's over there licking his lips. Now we finally come across a dragon to kill. What an easy fight, and there will be no repercussions. That's my favorite part. All right, we've made it across the overworld map. So if we could eat some dwarfish bread, we'd see we're currently above where that waterfall was that we were running around with the chocobo. And this must be the Mist Village. Let us save. Now there's actually a neat glitch you can do here with tents that involves approaching this village from the other side. There was also a glitch we could have done at the very beginning of the game to become flat busted with Gil, but I don't think Gil's too big a problem in this playthrough, and so just to make it so when we find Gil in chest it means something, I decided not to do that. This isn't like Final Fantasy III where I had to dupe magic to make money because that game was so grindy. So I'm just saying, you're welcome. Oh boy, the Mist Village. I'm going to stay at the inn and try the local cuisine and meet the locals, and I guess give them this cool ring that our kindly king asked us to bring here. And nothing bad will happen. Oh no, somebody killed your mom's mist dragon? That's terrible. King, who could do such a thing? And Kain's like, yeah, I wonder, Cecil. I wonder. So apparently this village is full of summoners who could summon eidolons. That's a neat word that y'all made up and will never appear in a Final Fantasy again. Boys, the king is just 0 for 2 now. When it comes to not being a huge shield. Oh, this little girl is like the only survivor. Oh no, Kain, you want us to slaughter this little summoner girl instead of like talking shit to the king? That's terrible. That's terrible. Son, but it turns out Kain was just pulling one over as on his son. He's like, oh yeah, JK LOL. JK LOL. And also Rosa would probably think we were real shitty too if we did that. My white mage girlfriend hates it when I slaughter innocent summoners, so I promised her I wouldn't. At least till November's over. You should come with us. We killed your mom indirectly and responsible for blowing up your village, but we're good guys. Have we mentioned our boss, the king, is real shitty? Have we mentioned we were just following orders? For no particular reason, let's take Kain's gear off of him. Oh no, she summoned a buff man to quake us. Apparently the little girl getting mad and summoning the Titan has caused a landslide that's blocked us from going back to the village, and also Kain's missing. What a time. Now, we could have actually stripped Kain asshole naked before all of those events took place and potentially sold his armor later, but like I said, money's not a huge deal, son. Although I am a big proponent of stripping Dragoon's asshole naked, but only in certain social contexts. All right, little girl, we're gonna make things right. The darkness wave can make everything right. Oh no, y'all were supposed to die to one darkness wave? I don't know if you understand how this works. Have another. And that's the way the dark news goes. All right, let us wander around a bit here in the desert. Nothing bad happens in this. This is a big desert. I thought Barren's Desert was cool, son. This ain't shit compared to this. Duh, Sahagan. What are you crowd doing out here? What are you water monsters doing in the desert? You're like reverse water monsters. Sand monsters, I believe they call them. In some cultures. That I probably slaughtered at some point. We're leveling up left and right. So this game uses the system where the less people are in your party, the more experience you get. Kind of like Final Fantasy 1. And I guess 3 did that as well? Am I thinking right? Basically, the enemies drop a certain amount of experience points, and it's divided amongst however many people are in your party. So that's how that works. That's maths. That's maths. Oasis Town of Kaipo. Neat. Oh, it's going to auto-run me to the end. Excuse me, fine, kind innkeeper. I need to get this girl to bed. She's real tired from having me slaughter all of her family and friends. And then whining about it. And summoning a large, half-naked man to destroy the mountains. Son, she knows that Dark Knights can't be tanks. Only there was some knightly class that was good at tanking, but I'll never know anything like that. I'll only know darkness. Oh good, it's a bunch of crowd from Baron. I see the king just sent you after us. Maybe after that earthquake, he was like, my God, I can't get that Dark Knight to do nothing correctly. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Let's attack the general first. I have a feeling he's going to run away like a bitch if we kill his soldiers. And we can't have that. We can't have that. 2 dark waves would have obliterated his foot soldiers, but like I said, we won't have that. So this game introduces the ATB, Active Time Battle System. Because you'll notice, unlike the first 3 Final Fantasies, it isn't just, oh, it's your turn, you do this, this is the enemy's turn, they do that. Imagine you have an invisible bar. Imagine there's a bus, and every 21 frames, you get your turn. Now, future games in the series will actually have the bar on the screen. But for right now, we can't really know. All you're doing is making the darkness in my heart more powerful. I hope you know that. I guess I could have killed one of the other soldiers, or I could kill them both with the dark wave. All right. I like how slaughtering 4 men with his dark sword. They just went to bed. The innkeeper came in there to like change the sheets and fluff the pillows, and it was just 4 corpses laying there. And he's like, I can't believe I let you stay here for free. So yeah, Iridia's a party member now. Now, we want to put her in the back row. So with our current formation, she can only be in one of these 2 slots to be in the back row. So she's a summoner. That's like a advanced job class. She can also use black and white magic. She's like a red mage summoner, although all she knows right now is how to summon a chocobo. What happened to the Titan? Did you summon him by accident? Well, anyway, she's level 1, so we're going to put some meat on them bones. Some magic meat. Sage Tella raised Anna by himself, but still she ran off. You're saying all these proper nouns like I should know who these people are. It's like trying to read the Silmarillion. I tried to read the Silmarillion once, by the way, like the Tolkien book, and like the first sentence in the first paragraph has like 12 proper nouns in it, and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done, brah. I'm checking out. All right. We're good on provisions right this second. We'll save our money for gear. Maybe even a Metal Gear. Have a mug of Kaipo's finest. What's up, buddy? Fable. Strange old man denies access to the watery underpass. Now you'll notice he's like the sprite of the scholars from Final Fantasy III, but just slightly more 16-bitted. You load 16 bits and what do you get? Only Damsian royalty can enter the Antlion Cave. I got you. I mean, this is all real interesting, but that's what you talk to somebody about at pub. Dude, the monsters, yeah. Like the monster in my heart and the monsters in my pocket. Radia's like, are you talking about Pokemon? Like, Poke what? Did you make that up? The armor shop. Hey, Namingway. No, I like our canon names. Idiot. Do we need anything from here? Okay, so at least the characters do a little dance when you can buy gear for them. I don't know if she has a hat. It's like my friend Chris in the Everybody's Tommy.net video. Not quite certain. She does have a hat, just like Chris in the Everybody's Tommy.net video. Technically counts as a reference to my Final Fantasy III playthrough, since Everybody's Tommy.net features all 4 Onion Boys and Vincent Cat. Anna fell in love with someone. Sage Tella wouldn't approve, so she ran away. You're giving me all this juicy gossip about people that I can't possibly care about. But 8 huge sea snakes, my God. It's bad enough to have 1 huge sea snake, but 8? Seems a bit excessive. What do you sell at the weapons store? Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Now we could get Rydia a bow and arrows, and she can fire those from the back row. Let's do that for fun. We'll get her a couple 2-tree arrows. Boom, boom. Now, unfortunately, every time you shoot an arrow in this game, it consumes 1. I may have been playing the Pixel remaster of this lately just to get my FF4 legs back. And in that one, you just equip the arrow and it's forever. Now, here's a fun thing I didn't know the first time I played this. Now, first of all, we got to sort our damn arrows so they go into 1 fucking stack. Not that I'm bitter. Okay, there we go. When you equip a bow on a character, you actually put the arrow in their dominant hand, which for Rydia, since she's not one of the coolest Final Fantasy characters, is her right hand. And you put the bow in their left hand. Boom. And now if she needs to melee from the back row, she can. It just consumes a consumable. Neat. Video games can be neat. Well, just an either. I can't say anything else. The prince is said to have a voice and face as fair as a maiden. I guess that's something to brag about. Depending on what his job class is. We found this barren woman outside town. She keeps calling a name. Do you know a Cecil? Maybe. Was she hot? Oh no, my hot girlfriend. Oh gosh, she's so sad. She's there next to Alpha, laying on those train tracks after John Smith BTFO'd her off the train, son, begging us not to leave her. A sand pearl could cure her fever, but they're in Antline's nest. A sand pearl? Like, we could get her some jewelry. We could take her to K Jewelers and, like, cure her illness? The only cure for desert fever is a light of sand pearl. You just read that from a book. You didn't know that. He's like, I'm an old man with a beard in a Final Fantasy game. Don't fucking question my hints. Damn you. Damn you. Yeah, didn't you hear our conversation we were just having? Idiot. All right. Tell you what, while we're walking around town, to be less intimidating, we could walk around as Rydia. I'm just a little summoner girl, no bigger than a squirrel, son. You another dancer? I guess we'll switch over for that. I like how many of these early Final Fantasy games have little dance routines, quote unquote, in them, son. Sorry, it won't be till Final Fantasy IX that we get a proper ladies dancing scene. Okay, I think we've explored the town of all of its riches and all the items that belong to us, including all of their base. So let's go out here and see if we can't toughen Rydia up just a little bit, son. Put some magic meat on them bones. We'll do it near town, so that way if we get real tuckered out, we can go to bed. Whenever you're grinding in a JRPG, that's when you get the lowest encounter rate. If the next time we try to go through a dungeon, it's going to be every 4th step. All right, little summoner girl, you just stand back and let the dark wave handle this. Well, you know, sometimes it can take multiple dark waves. I'm just saying. The sun was in my eyes. You'll notice we didn't eat a proper breakfast either. Even the darkness requires the most important meal of the day. So she's skyrocketing levels. And she learned Blizzard. And she learned Cure. Those are both good things to have. Cannot use magic. I didn't mean to click on. He doesn't believe in magic. Well, why don't you cure yourself for fun, just to prove you can? We make a good team, because I can shoot darkness hate waves out, and you can cure me. See, took one fucking step. All right, any of y'all that aren't obliterated are getting froze to death. Oh, you did it to yourself? Hund legs. And done. Let's see, what level are you at? You're at 3. We can fight one more fight. As long as it's the good fight. Yes, sirree, Bob. Just walked back and forth in front of town. Living the life, living the dream. I guess she could also shoot them with her bow and arrow, but feels kind of wasteful if we're just going to darkness wave all of them. Now that rod item she had equipped does like a little basic magic attack if you use it as an item in battle. But I usually don't bother with that shit. She learned the sight spell, which is the same as eating gnomish bread. So, thanks. You got a magic spell that could save us money. Cannot use here. Oh, don't forget we could sell the spear and shield that Kain donated to us. God bless him. He's a trooper, son. Can't wait till we run into him again and get him back in the party, son. Living a dream. Thanks. Thanks. All right. Let's get rested and vested. A few more potions for the road. A couple more tents. And as long as the inn isn't 100 gil or more, we should be good. Hell yeah. He's like, I just got done cleaning up the mess you left last time. We slept in a different bed. Now, they haven't yet invented the technology where all of our party members separate from our overworld map crossing body and sleep in their own individual beds. But they'll get there someday. Someday. All right, back to adventuring. Let's see where we need to go with the sight spell, because I clearly don't know where we need to go. Whoop. You can't really make out the details either. Like, and I'm playing this on a computer monitor. Imagine if it was a CRT. Which I actually recently played through the game on using a flash cartridge. Just like with Final Fantasy III. I wanted to get the proper feel for the game. One dared to live, so you get arrowed. MSG'd. Oh no, you missed. Why? Why, Rydia? Why? I guess some people might pronounce her name Rydia. I say Rydia because of Ryu, as opposed to Ryu. It's just my personal logic, though. All right, let's save before we go into the water cave. Excuse me, the underpass. All kinds of good items in here for me to have. All right, I think this might be a time where we could finally boot up our old friend, the Ancient Texts. You know I have him by my side for this playthrough. Son, all the secrets and nooks and crevices of Final Fantasy IV will be revealed to me. Killer fish. Luckily, we've got thunder magic. She's over there twiddling her thumbs while she charges up a spell. Those are some angry fish. Probably because they're about to be dead. Ooh, one of them took the best damage. Okay, okay. Nothing to it. More fish. Honestly, I probably don't even need to use the Dark Wave if I'm going to be casting Thunder on them. Fairly certain that can one-shot them. The one-shot Thunder. But you look Cecil in his eyes and tell him he's not allowed to use the Dark Wave, son. It'd be like trying to tell your dog you're not going to take him out to the park when he's already standing at the door with his leash in his mouth and wagging his tail, son. Cecil and that dog both look at you with the same amount of sadness. Well, ain't you pleasant standing at the end of the bridge? You must be the old man that won't let people walk through here. Probably because you're a huge asshole. Dark Knight, hear my plea. A wicked bard tricked my daughter into running away. Oh, I guess Cecil recognized him. Sage Taylor. Yeah, crowd in town have been talking the most shit about you and your family drama. A gigantic monster. Well, that's neat. We got another party member. Let's put you here in the back row. So as a sage, he's got all kinds of good magic to cast, including the Osmos spell, which if you've seen my Final Fantasy II playthrough, you know can be quite good. Quite good, quite good. Let's put Thunder in the front, since I feel like we're more likely to cast that. Same thing with, no, stop it. Same thing with you. There we go. Well, all right then. I think we're set to go. Let's put Tella in the front while we're walking around here. All right, Ancient Text, what you got to tell me about this area? Don't want to miss any of this precious loot. The bomb frag. There's a spell casting item. Pretty sure it casts a fire spell. Why can't you just put the antidote with the other antidote and the potions with the potions? My God. Sakaguchi. When you were playtesting this game, how could they believe that was necessary? I guess they just didn't know the programming good enough. I'm going to say here in hindsight, as somebody who's never programmed nothing, that it shouldn't be like that. All right, let's give this guy a chance to do something cool. Show us how it's done, Master Sage. We'll get our clapping hands ready. Not bad. Not bad. We're gonna have to get our drawers wet to get that treasure chest. Tella's like, what drawers? Zombies, don't worry. I'll obliterate them with my darkness wave. So yeah, fun fact, the undead don't give a shit about the darkness, but they hate fire. All burned up? Well, they don't hate it as much as I hate that they don't hate it. You can't hit nothing with that bow, can you? Fine. We'll just burn them up twice. And that's the way the undead go. She learned hold. Son, if somebody calls, she can park them and they can hear the best music. Oh no, I want to open that box. Killer fish. Not ambushed by fish. How the hell does that happen? Once again, they missed us with that shit. All right, buddy. Now, his recall, he can cast a spell for free, but it has a chance of failing. So let's see what we get. I like how he holds his cape up real dramatic. The blizzard. Couldn't recall a thunder spell, could you? Here, let me show you what that looks like. So maybe you can remember it next time. Buddy boy. Oh, yeah. We're just cruising along. An iron ring. I guess we could put that on you, because I assume. Yeah, he just came here in his leather shirt and his staff and nothing else. Technically, you could equip this rod for fun. For fun. Now, the ancient text is telling me this waterfall might be interesting. TLC, mad. Even the game doesn't understand why we're in here. That's how you know it's good. Dry ether. Let's exit. Whoosh. Fun. The reason we did that is because I want to sleep in a tent and get some of my MPs back. So the way it works in this game is there are tent items that restore most of your HP and MP, and then later you get cottages that restore it all. They restore it all, John. All right, cool. Ain't nothing gonna break our stride through the waterways. Not even the killer fish that were delish, and they made quite a dish. Figure we'll use Telemore because we can technically get his MP back with Osmos, although I've had mixed results with it in my personal pan playthroughs. But that's just me. And what the hell do I know? Not much. Golden grams are a mystery to me on how they cram. No, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. See? I'm so lost I don't even know the right cereal. I'm getting glottal air. Giant toads, did you guys hear a frog? Here, why don't you recall a cool magic spell while we fight these frogs? And why don't you actually land a bow attack? I guess she just has real bad accuracy with that bow. Who could blame her? Who could blame her, God bless her heart? Oh no! We definitely heard frogs now. Well, why don't you oh, he doesn't know Toad. I guess you could use one of our precious, precious maiden's kisses. No, stop it! You're ruining everything. You're ruining everything, Giggin' Toad. God. This is why you always got to be listening for frogs. So fun fact, now we can be a frog on the overworld map. I've only got one maiden's kiss left. Wasn't expecting to be so froggy in here, son. Alright, well since she, God bless her heart, can't hit nothing with that bow and arrow, let's give her her rod back. And she can at least use that in battle if she needs to. I'm tempted to warp back to town and buy some more maiden kisses, but maybe we won't get frogged no more. The darkness wave was made for this shit. There you go. I mean, it's better than Never hitting with a bow and arrow. Oh, here's your chance to try to suck some MP out of that fucking thing. You had to give him a moment. That's one of the things about this active time battle system is when you have a character cast spells, sometimes you got to sit around and wait for it. Well, you just got all kinds of HP, don't you? He ran away. What an asshole. Sleep. Diet food. So, including... Not only can you be turned into frogs in this game, but you can be turned into pigs. And the cure for that is diet food. That's funny. Alright, we're not going to fuck around this time. We're just going to obliterate y'all and be done with it. Because I ain't got the patience to be frogged. Boom. They might not be weak to thunder. Maybe they're weak to ice. Frogs probably hate ice, I'd like to imagine. If I was a frog, I probably wouldn't care for it either. Alright, you attack. Hey, what? Why don't you summon your chocobo? We never get to see that. You know it's going to be fun. And in the meantime, you can blizzard one of these guys. Anybody who's left is getting slapped with a dark sword. Oh yeah. Choco kick. Oh yeah, they hate it. And I love that they hate it. We're having the best time with this party. If only we had a armored boy who could jump up in the air with a spear. If only. All right, let's explain save points. Diegetic save points. Breaking the fourth wall. I guess he had a tent they were allowed to use and have a little scene. Is this where we learn out? We're going to learn Ferris's true identity. You're like, you're a Final Fantasy early Uncle Tenfey, and also spoilers. Yeah, something happened. The Mist Village, everyone was slaughtered, including this girl's mother. And Tella's like, my God, if I ever meet the fiends that did it. And Cecil's like, I think it was a dragoon from Baron. That guy's a huge asshole. Who's Anna, your daughter? Oh yeah, once again, juicy gossip. She ran away with some bard. Man, that's rough, but bard's got that charisma, son. What are you going to do? Natural 20s all day. Desert fever. A dreadful beast with 8 huge tentacles. So the 8 giant snakes in the water was actually one big octopus. Who could have thought? You couldn't kill that thing with lightning spells? What kind of great sage are you? I gotta downgrade you to the moderately good sage. I'm gonna downgrade you to rosemary. Okay. I like how, because of the way that party setup works here on the save screen, they're excluding Cecil, the worst. It's hurtful. Oh yeah, put Tella back in the front. All right, ancient texts. I don't want to miss any of these good items. Oh, they're very obvious and you can just walk and get them. My favorite kind. I hate frogs almost as much as I hate not being with my hot white mage girlfriend. And then telling Kain about it later. He's always so supportive of me and my relationships. How's Final Fantasy XIV TMVA treating you? Been very nervous up to this point going to record it because I know it's a big deal for some of y'all. I don't have super nostalgia for this game because I didn't play it until like after high school because they never had it at the place where I ran at games. And I went straight from Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 3. Well, I went to Mystic Quest, obviously. And then Final Fantasy, quote-unquote, 3, son. So I was spoiled. I'll admit it. I would have loved this game if I had it when I was a kid with my Super Nintendo. Are you kidding me? Hey guys, I'm going to set this one out. You know, she doesn't have... I was going to say she doesn't have a fire magic, but the undead hate healing. It's not much, but it's something. So even if we melee with Cecil, because his sword is a darkness sword, I don't believe it'll do much damage to these undead. Yeah, it's pitiful. But what can you do? The ice rod probably won't do much either, because I don't think undead are, like, you know, particularly weak to the ice, because they've already felt the icy embrace of death. But we'll get there. How many undead could the game possibly contain, son? Okay. Monies. Bomb frags. If we get desperate and we need Cecil to do fire damage, he can always throw a bomb fragment. We could always use one of our precious, precious spell casting items. Aha, secrets in the walls. Alright, this is a good battle because I get to do things too. Any battle where I get to contribute with my darkness wave is a good battle. Get smoked, shitlords. A potion for me to have. You shouldn't oughta. You can kind of vaguely see the outline of the secret in the wall. I think this is a change the Namingway mod made, because I believe I read a comment on the mod website that was like, I like this mod, but why did you make the secret passages visible, son? It takes away from the secrets and the lore. And I could see that. In Final Fantasy V, you actually have to get... you might as well just parry. Let's just use Recall. Maybe he'll recall like a really good fire spell. Hey! I mean, it's a regular fire spell, but it's free. Can't beat it. Not a potion. This. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, in Final Fantasy V, the Thief job class actually gets an ability to reveal the hidden passages, and also the ability to run. These old Final Fantasy games, when they finally started introducing the ability to run, they like had to make it a gimmick. Because in 5, you have to have a thief in your party, or somebody with the eye, or the exclamation mark run ability equipped. And then in Final Fantasy VI, you have to give up a relic slot for the sprint shoes. But luckily, with this mod we're playing, we can just run for fun. Plumed hats. I'm giving that to Rydia. She earned that shit by being cute as a button. Okay, and that means she can hand down her leather hat to him. Now that she's broke it in for him, like a new pair of dungarees. You know Taylor would be the type to lament the fact that nobody wears dungarees anymore, and I'm right there with him. Y'all are never gonna get me again with your hateful frog magic, son. I'm too aware of your froggy nonsense. I've heard too many frogs. I visited Kurasento, and all the villagers end their sentences with heard a frog, and it's made me wary. Alright, the ancient text. What gimmick are we looking at on this for? Just a bunch of free items for me to have? It's my favorite kind. Oh no! Advanced frogs! We'll have to use AoE. Oh no, it's all Toger now. Damn it! You had to hit the boy that I needed the most. Well, never mind. She took care of business. We don't have a single additional Maiden's Kiss. How embarrassing. At least I don't think we do. We don't. Our only hope is that Tella gets hit with the Toad spell again, since it like also cures Toad. I like that everybody has their own different color Toad. Look at this cool like parallax scrolling background, son. 16 bits. 16 bits. We could just kind of hang out here and hope that One of them eventually hits Tella with a toad spell. But then again, Cecil and Rydia could get toaded as well. Hashtag toaded. I'm gonna hang out and see because we kind of want Tella to not be a frog. We can't even warp out of here because he can't cast his warp spell. Come on, guys. Where's that toad spell I heard? Maybe if he like hits one of them with his toad power, they'll get mad. Or maybe he can just get the shit knocked out of him. That's a neat trick. That's a neat trick. Nobody? Alright, you know how it is. A watched pot never boils, and a watched toad, nor a watched frog never casts toad magic. I wonder if sleeping in a tent cures toad. Thank you for the maiden's kiss. You ever kissed a frog on the mouth? Okay, good. Good and great. An Antarctic. That's an item that casts ice spell. Hey guys. You remind me of a bunch of assholes I'm gonna kill. How's Tella's MP holding up these days? If she doesn't kill all of them, I'll try to osmose. See if I can't suck some MP out of that alligator. I'm gonna be like that guy that walks around the Florida Everglades barefoot looking for 20-foot Burmese pythons and just messing with snakes and alligators, son. Swamp puppies. That's what he calls alligators. Apparently he can do the double. Oh yeah, alligators hate ice too. Ice-a-gators. See you later, ice-a-gator. Alright, let's drink some potions. Rydia finally has 100 HP. I'm so proud of her. I'm gonna let her place the order at the McDonald's interactive kiosk, son. That's her reward. It's like when the cheat got access to the crisper drawer. The shadow blade. My god. The only thing darker than dark is a shadow. Tella's like, how exactly does that work? You wouldn't understand. It's Dark Knight stuff. A sage wouldn't understand. Okay, we need to not have to deal with all of you, so here's how we're going to do it. Should I use my Antarctic item for fun? No. You're going to attack one, you're going to kill one with your ice rod. You are going to cast a blizzard spell, and nobody's going to get turned into a frog. Everything's going to work out just right. I wonder if he could kill both of them. Because the game splits the damage if you multi-target, unless you're summoning. Yeah, I'd say that did just about right. She learned Poison. She be Poison. Poison summoner. The beasts in the cave beyond. We should use a tent to rest. Thanks. Hold my fucking hand. We're on the overworld map. Show us the overworld map. Ooh. I never used the sight spell or the gnomish bread normally, so for this playthrough it's kind of fun. These fucking things. I remember when these things were... Well, I'm about to sleep in a tent, so... Oh, never mind. The hate in my heart can obliterate butterflies and snails or whatever now. Truly, my darkness knows no bounds. Alright, let's make our inventory a little bit prettier. Pretty sure everything's already sorted, but... I know it sounds sorted, but we'll be rewarded when at last we are given our dues. X potion is a full heal, dry ether is full MP. That's some good end game shit. Okay. Sleeping in a tent. While you do that, I'll get the ancient text to its next chapter. Behold, the machinations of the ancient text. How long have I been recording? An hour and a half? Not bad. I plan on recording the whole playthrough before I even edit and upload the first episode, so hopefully I can just bang, 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 get this shit done before the end of the year. All right, the ancient text loading a bunch of ads. I see. Oh, this is like leads us down into the boss fight area. I got you. Hold on, the ancient text just put a little pop-up and I have to press the X on it. I mean, foul evil magics lurk in the ancient texts to obscure our knowledge. This is some advanced storytelling compared to Final Fantasies 1 through 3. I'm just telling. I'm just saying. Hey guys. Tell you what, gonna hit you with that. And then Tella can recall that time he actually cast a good magic spell. Ah, yes, in my youth. I used to know all the best spells. Like, did you know Ultima? It's like, Ulta, what? You know that shit's flat busted. I've played Final Fantasy 2. The programmer, I still love the story that the programmer, I think it was still Nasir, who programmed Final Fantasy 2. Like when the Ultima spell, because the Ultima spell in Final Fantasy 2, if somehow you haven't watched my Final Fantasy 2 playthrough and you're just getting caught up, you go to great lengths to obtain Ultima, the ultimate black magic spell. And Minwu, super cool white mage who joins your party early on and gives you a canoe, like sacrifices himself for it. And the spell is supposed to become more powerful the higher the caster's spell levels are, but it doesn't work. And the programmer told Sakaguchi that he did that intentionally because old ancient stuff that we think of as being powerful might have actually been really shitty compared to like modern day stuff. And even Sakaguchi himself couldn't fix it because of the way it was programmed. But I think Nasir just fucked up. Also, we found the Hades gloves and the Hades hat. Hades nuts. Got him. Wait till we find Kain. Son, I'm saving that one for him. None of y'all spoil him. We're gonna have a Wendy's Frosty for him too, son. The double whammy. He'll never see it coming. It's all Toger now, son. I meant to use the darkness wave, but that's my bad. We'll get there. We'll get there. No, don't become as frogs. Don't become as frogs. Yeah, if I'd have thought about it, I'd have bought a couple of, like, at least one stack of Maiden's Kisses before he came in here. Oh, they're very kindly giving me one as I need them. How convenient that there was a full set of Dark Knight gear in here, minus the shield. Boom. And of course, the Hermes item, cast haste. And that's a good thing. Let's put you up here. Boom. She went from frog to summoner. The frog summoner. Well, I see some tentacles in the water. Dark Knight Cecil go in the water. Tentacles in the water. Well, you're just little mages. Ain't you cute? Just fit to burst to be darkness wave. Don't cast spells on me. That's cheap. That's cheating. They don't care if you use the ice rod. Don't you suck my magic out of me. That's more painful than if you just attack me. Bastards. You're too good for the darkness wave, but I'll still give it to you. Just the kind of guy I am. Oh, yeah. All right, let's heal up before the boss. Ooh. And Cecil gets an extra one, because he's a growing Dark Knight boy. Thanks for the pro tip, Tella. I couldn't tell. What a goofy octopus. So I'm glad once we're done with this thing, it's the last goofy octopus we'll ever have to deal with in the entirety of the Final Fantasy series. One tentacle left, buddy. What are you gonna do? You better hail a cab. Take your ass to the hospital. I guess we'll cast Thunder right at the end. We'll spare him the Choco kicks right at the end.